We like the 7 deadly sins and you should too. Today we're going to help you understand the world of the 7 deadly sins better, and to do that we're going to begin by explaining what exactly the Holy Knights are. Now just to warn you, this video will contain mild spoilers for the series, as some of them are necessary to fully understand the Holy Knights, but we'll try to keep it to a minimum. Now all of the events and knights we're going to talk about today are mostly the Holy Knights of Leonis, but the kingdoms of Danafor, Edinburgh, and Camelot also have their own orders of Holy Knights, but we just don't know too much about them, so we'll stick to the Holy Knights of Leonis. Starting off, a Holy Knight is the most powerful knight in Britannia, whose sole purpose is to protect their kingdom. They have the power of an entire country's armies at their fingertips, and magical power that transcends human knowledge imbued within their bodies. History for the Holy Knights began 3,000 years before the start of our series, as the Holy Knights fought alongside the Fairy Clan, the Giant Clan, and the Goddess Clan against the Demon Clan in the Holy War. Together, they managed to seal away the Demon Clan using an artifact known as the Coffin of Eternal Darkness. Thousands were lost during the war, but this is the event that placed the name of the Holy Knight in the legends of Britannia. 10 years before the start of our series, the 7 deadly sins were framed for killing the great Holy Knight Zaratras and were accused of plotting to overthrow the kingdom. Now, since this might be your first video about the 7 deadly sins, allow me to explain a little about who the 7 deadly sins are. Don't worry, we'll do a separate video explaining them much more in depth another time. The 7 deadly sins were originally an exceptional order of Holy Knights, formed by brutal criminals who had been convicted of grievous crimes and therefore had symbols of 7 beasts. Now, while the 7 deadly sins do sound like the bad guys, trust me when I say that if you lived in this world, you would definitely want to trust them with your life and have them on your side. After being framed with the murder of the great Holy Knight Zaratras, the 7 deadly sins disbanded and went into hiding, as the kingdom had made them sworn enemies of the Holy Knights. Many Holy Knights lost their lives at the hands of the 7 deadly sins that day, which directly caused a hatred and fear of the 7 deadly sins among the ranks of the Holy Knights. As we eventually discover, it wasn't the 7 deadly sins that killed the great Holy Knight, and that it was actually a scheme from individuals trying to take the kingdom for themselves and for their demonic research. The new great Holy Knights in charge placed the kingdom into a state of distress as they worked towards their own goals and not towards the safety of Leonis. This involved bringing in a new generation of Holy Knights, one with new powers fueled by demon's blood. Those who drank the demon's blood became reactors, or more commonly referred to in the show as the new generation of Holy Knights. While the knights themselves had no idea behind the true goals of the great Holy Knights and only wanted to protect their kingdom, the demon's blood they were ingesting began to put a dark spin on them, and they would unquestioningly follow the new regime's orders. This is why the Holy Knights were perceived to be evil. One man was ordering them to do the horrible things that they did and telling them that it was for the good of the kingdom. Obviously, there's much more to this story, but that'll lead into even heavier spoiler terrain, and we don't want to be doing that right now. Now, the Holy Knights have an entire structure of leadership, starting with the great Holy Knights, followed by the Cardinals, and then by various ranking individuals which follow a pattern of mostly gems based on the level of their power. They go in this order from highest to lowest: Diamond ranking, Platinum, Sapphire, Ruby, Emerald, and then Crystal. And then the lowest ranking Holy Knights are actually the Holy Knight Apprentices. And lastly, we have the sub-factions, small groups of Holy Knights similar to how the 7 deadly sins worked. At this time, the known sub-factions include the Weird Fangs, the Dawn Roar, and the Pleiades of the Azure Sky. And that is a fast rundown of the Holy Knights and why they are so evil, but not really. I'm Dan with Comic TV, and I will see you guys next time.